Hello everyone, it's Teresa from Teresa's Spot for Art, where I love showing art from my heart and teaching you how to create a little joy in your life through some fun, simple, and quick art projects. I am working on a little Valentine design today, so we will get started. I have sketched on here a little heart. I have out my paints. I have some red. This is what I was working on before. I have some reds, yellow, greens, and now some purples. So I just want to give my brush a good wash and a dry, and I'm going to come over here. I'm going to load my brush up with some dark purple, violet pansy, and then this lighter purple, which in this case is wisteria. Don't get hung up on the colors, you guys. Use whatever colors you have and whatever colors you like. Okay, so I'm going to stand my brush up. I'm going to start at the top of my heart, and I'm going to start coming around. I'm leaving the dark paint to the outside and the light paint to the inside. Now when I am working on multimedia paper in my art book here, sometimes the paper tends to really suck up the liquid from the paint, so I may have to add a little bit of what's called floating medium. We shall see. You can see I'm getting these dryness here, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to pick up a little bit of this clear gel. It is called floating medium. I'm going to work it into my paint, and then I'm going to come back over my lines. And see how that just helps hydrate the paint. I didn't even pick up more paint on my brush. I just worked it in with the floating medium, and we have this heart now ready to go. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit of this dark paint on my brush, and I just want to pull in a little bit of this dark purple over the light purple. I'm going to just give my wreath here a little bit more detail, almost like it's fabric and it's stretched over and it's a round wreath. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to wash my brush. Okay, I'm going to come over here. I had this pink from before, and I think I'm going to keep it. Maybe make it a little bit darker. Pick up some medium again, work it into this pink, and now I want to make a ribbon for my wreath. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to pull one side of my ribbon up. I'm going to come here. I'm going to pull the other side of my ribbon up. Okay. Then I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to start on the chisel edge. I want to come around. I'm going to get wide. I'm going to get skinny. And I'm going to come in. I'm just making a little bit of bow up here on the top of my wreath. So I'm going to start up, flatten it out, get skinny, and then come up again. So I have the two bows, whatever you call them, for my bow. Then I'm going to pick up a little bit of more floating medium, work it into my brush, and then we want to make the tails. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to flatten, and come out with my ribbon. Okay, so we made this really cute heart wreath, and we put a ribbon up top. Okay, I'm going to wash my brush. I'm not closing this because this is still wet, so I want to keep it open and flapping around. Okay, I'm going to come down into the bottom. I want to do a little floral, so I'm going to pick up my smaller brush. This is number 12. I'm using Folk Art paints. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit the red subscribe button and you'll be notified every time that I put up a new video. I am using some Folk Art multi-surface paint and my Folk Art 1-stroke brushes. You can use what you have on hand. Some of my strokes you will get the best results from if you use better quality brushes, and definitely if you use a heavy body paint like Folk Art. There are better ones out there as well, but the Folk Art multi-surface paints is a nice, thick, creamy, heavy body paint that works out really well for doing some of these one-stroke strokes that I will be working on. Okay, so I'm just going to come in here. I want some background leaves. I'm just going to come in and add a few in here, and then they'll be in the back. We'll probably add some more. I tend to be a little bit of a minimalist, so I don't add in and crowd in a lot of my art, but that is totally up to you. Everyone is different. Art is very subjective, so if you want a gazillion leaves, that's totally fine. I like just having a few. I like to be able to see them, and so that's just me. But everybody is not for everyone, right? So I'm just putting in a few of these leaves, and I'm going to go in and add in some 5-petal flowers. Make sure that you have your stems into your leaves. Okay? I'm going to wash my brush. And that's it. That's just to get some background ones and get like a little bit of the layout going. Okay. Give my brush a good wash. And I'm going to put out some fresh white. Ordinarily, I would do a background on here, but I'm working on my white paper just so you can get a full effect of the design. It helps the design really pop and you can see what I'm doing. If you have not hit the subscribe button, please do. Okay, I'm going to load now my brush with some purple and this fresh white. I want the fibers of my brush to be nice and full of paint. I apply a little bit of pressure to my brush. And I want my brush to look nice and neat, no bedhead, and have a nice chisel edge up there. Okay? And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start adding in some clusters of flowers. Some may have 5 petals, some may have 3 petals, some will overlap, some are in the back, some are in the front. There's no rhyme or reason. If I want to, I can pick up this wisteria too. And then instead of having white centers, have my flowers a little bit different with the wisteria. Totally up to you. If you wanted to make your flowers pink, you could. It's art. It can't be wrong. Oops, sorry. I like the purple on the purple. I'm always keeping the dark to the outside, and I'm just adding in a cluster of these 5-petal flowers. And maybe we'll just put one up here. There we go. Okay. I'm going to wash my brush. And I'm going to get my liner brush. I'm going to use the back of my brush this time with my yellow paint. the hard handle. And I'm going to add in a few little dots to the centers of all my flowers. Look at that pop. Just remember, when you tuck some into the back, your center is not smack in the center, it's a little bit off, like with this one and this one. Okay. I'm gonna wash my brush and go back. Now that I have my flowers in where I want them and my leaves in where I want them, now I can go in and add in some more leaves and fill in my design. And pick up some of this floating medium, my paint. Okay. And I can add a few more leaves in here. Couple coming out from the back of the flower there. Maybe here too. And then here too. This is fun too. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do a few little shadow leaves in the background. I'm going to get floating medium on my brush. I'm going to pick up some of the purple and I'm going to mix it in so it's almost like it's translucent. I'm going to come in here, I'm going to add in some of these translucent little leaves. They're not full color. They just had a whole nother dimension to your painting. I picked up a little bit more purple that time because I wanted these out here to be a little bit darker. Then if you want, you can get your liner brush. I'm going to pick up a little bit of paint. I want my purple to really move smoothly. You can do this with the green, the purple, the pink, whatever you want. I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to pull out a few little curly cues. And there we have it. So what do you guys think? Here we go. Cute little heart wreath with some fun flowers and some curlicues and a big pink bow. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll get notified the next time I upload a new video. Thank you, everyone.